Most of us have seen Jurassic Park. We all know what it looks like, and we're pretty sure we know what it sounds like. But what if I told you that you are not actually hearing Jurassic Park as it was intended? Now, what does that mean? Because we got these shiny new 4Ks, Blu-rays, even DVDs that has sound on it, and you would think that it is the correct sound that was played in cinemas. That's not the case. There are a lot of collectors who go towards a format called Laserdisc, and this is not one of the Laserdiscs that people go crazy over, but to give you an example of what a Laserdisc looks like, it is a disc that is this big. It shares the same footprint as vinyl. So why would people go for a large format like that, and covers like this? Obviously the covers are really cool, we must admit. This is how big the covers are, they kind of open up like vinyl does. But other than that, why would people choose a bigger format over a nice shiny 4K? Well, it comes down to the transfer of the sound. On the Laserdisc, it has a lot more in common with what would have been heard in the cinemas. A lot more of that bass, heavy, you hear the roar of the T-Rex. It just gravitates a lot better in the analog format, which is on Laserdisc. And it is the DTS that people go crazy over. Obviously, this is not the DTS Laserdisc. And people prefer that copy because it has the correct noises, it has the correct levels, it has the correct so on and so forth. People say it actually sounds better than what is on the 4K. And you would think, hold on one second, the 4K has that DTS. That definitely has DTS on there. Well, that does have a version of DTS. What they had done is went back and got the DTS sound and rebuilt it, put more added to it over time. But it is not the original theatrical DTS sound. The 6-track that was originally played in cinemas is not contained on the 4K or even the Blu-ray. So there's a lot of collectors who would say, hold on one second, I want to hear it as it was originally intended. That's why a lot of people go back to the Laserdisc who want to watch Jurassic Park and want to hear it as it was intended. It's kind of the same thing as Star Wars, where people will go back to the original Laserdiscs, these things right here, over the 4Ks. And why is that? It's because the cut was changed. Obviously, the cuts that are on the Laserdiscs were replaced in 1997. There are even people who will go back to VHS for A Nightmare on Elm Street, because the mono track has never fully been transferred correctly. Even on the new 4K, it hasn't truly been transferred correctly. It does have the original mono, but there are still sounds missing. It's not 100% perfect. So there are still people I'm hearing choosing the VHS copy over the 4K. So why is it not possible to have a true DTS transfer as it was heard on the Laserdisc on 4K? Well, it comes down to how analog transfers across to digital. You can never truly replicate analog to digital. It's not a one-to-one transfer. Obviously, there is one that is it was a setting for many, many generations. And then digital is putting it onto essentially a computer. It will never truly transfer correctly, no matter what you do to it. Now, it is getting promising because we're entering a new age with digital, and in terms of AI, it may be able to decode what's on the Laserdisc properly and put it onto a new format. But also, the thing as collectors is we just want it as is. We don't want any sort of shenanigans with the sound. So that is why a lot of people choose the Laserdisc of Jurassic Park over the shiny new 4K. Because the sound on the Laserdisc, especially the DTS one, this is not the DTS. The DTS is closer to what would have been heard in the cinema